Drew DiAgostino, CEO of Crystal, but better understood as AI, statistical model, Bitcoin guy, technology guy. I mean, all of it.
Yeah. I just appreciate y'all letting me get a word in edgewise. That is like all of your heart language in one podcast conversation. That was really fun.
I've known Drew for a number of years, and consistent with a lot of people in the tech space, you just kind of have to give them a little bit of room to roam in the fields. They will oftentimes talk over your head, or they see things that you don't see, and to dismiss them is really to miss it. You don't have to understand 100% of what you hear, but if you can understand 5% or 10%, something connects with you and you dig with them there, then you really can have some great takeaways from these guys, because they're also quick to admit, he admitted on the podcast, like, he's tried and failed a lot of times. I mean, if you're in technology, that's just how it goes. You blow up a lot of rocket ships trying to find one.
Well, and in
works.
entrepreneurship in general, when he started talking about the trough of sorrows, we didn't go down that rabbit hole. I was like, golly, it's so relatable to anyone who has started a small business, and gosh, anyone that's raised kids, anyone that's been married. It's like the trough of sorrows is a real psychological dip from anything that you are working on growth towards.
It's a season you have to expect in anything.
And you don't. And it's amazing how it happens in every area of life, from business to all of it, you name it. Yet you never expect it, and it happens everywhere. And I really felt like that was relatable and something that I will take away from this conversation. Even if I don't think about AI in 30 minutes, I will think of the trough of sorrows.
Yeah. Yeah. He's running fast and moving at 100 miles an hour, and you could see that in the business, and you have to with technology. Like, entrepreneurship is already a high-speed stake, and technology just makes that 10 times faster. And you get on one wheel for a second, and you can't pull it back out of the ditch. I mean, you're gone. And so I also thought that he did a really good job of explaining some remarkably complex things in simple ways. One of my very favorite quotes is Albert Einstein, that says, if you can't explain something to a 5-year-old, then you don't yet understand it well enough yourself. And I really like that mentality, that there's plenty of complexity there that he could have just talked and lost the whole audience, right? I mean, we wouldn't have understood it, and no one else would have either. And instead, he was intentional to give us the depth that we wanted to go to, but he was still able to bring it to a place that was digestible so that anyone listening to it could learn something. And that's the ultimate objective, is you don't have to get it all, but get something.
Well, and I think even as somebody that uses AI technology in different pockets of my life, and I know you do too, and we're trying to raise the next generation of kids to be smart and think about it, I appreciated the distinctions he made between his company and perhaps other products that are on the market. And I really appreciated his authenticity in talking about the gut check he has to do when he thinks about the ethical application of some of this tech, because it's just sometimes feels downright creepy. It feels like we are living in Orwellian novels, and it's hard to reconcile as a human what to do about that. And there is this distinct desire to kind of put your head in the sand and be like, I don't want to read it. I see people do that a lot around elections. I'm just not going to read the news. I'm not going to pay attention. But like politics and technology, it's like, it's happening.
Yeah.
And it's going to impact you, and we don't have the privilege of putting our heads in the sand. So that's why I was really grateful he came on. He made it digestible. I learned something certainly today. And it just makes me want to continue to look for sources that can digest this material and help me feel like I'm educated and I can at least make choices with some baseline instead of feeling like I'm chasing the car.